Now, this is the moment that we all been waiting for. Disgusting behaviors.
That's
and
like
what
rated?
Rated R, sweetheart.
Rated R.
Rated R.
Taylor, you gotta go. It's about to go down.
Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource. We're doing episode 8, Love is Blind season 7.
Let's go.
So let's start with Ashley and Tyler, okay? Now, they're preparing for the wedding. She asks him, how badly you want to be part of it?
It's like a lot, okay?
Basically everything.
She was like, you could be a co-counselor. So I'm not gonna give you all responsibility. And he's like, fine, I want to name our babies. He really talks about kids,
He really wants to put a baby in her. I guess, there's some men in this world, and you guys need to be careful about it, especially for women. They don't want to raise kids. They just want to produce. And I think he's just one of these people.
What in the canon is going on here? Then we go right into
Steven and Monica. And listen, about time, and I'm so happy for Monica. He finally took her to a flower shop, okay? Not only a flower shop that you...
Press flowers
in glass frames.
Sweet. And very thoughtful, too. He has it in him to be thoughtful.
No, Selma, did you not hear what he said after that? He was doing this so he could get laid. Yeah, the whole time.
I do want to mention that Monica told Steven that her daddy does not want to be on camera. Now, Steven said, does he not think this relationship is serious? And she said, no, he does. But he kind of told me, too, that how would you know this guy is not a liar like your previous boyfriends? And he said, what? Like, you said he
said, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he really didn't kind of...
Guys, that is foreshadowing to me, for the love of God.
But he does leave a comment about, I feel like I am where I'm supposed to be right now.
Of course. All right.
Can you give me something more assuring than that?
So fame and fortunes, probably.
So we go right now to Nick and Hannah, and we see Nick's house. Now, he's still living with his parents. How do you feel about that?
You know, I don't have a problem.
He's 28.
No, he's 28. You could be 28, but why are you trying to get married? Okay? That's the question. If you're still living with your parents, why are you trying to get married? Like, are you trying to bring the girl into your mom's house? Like, that's my question. Like, you can still live with your parents if you are, let's be honest, the economy's not that great.
Okay.
Right?
So he's trying to be smart with his money?
He's trying to be smart with his money. He's trying to save.
The part that made me laugh is when he was taking the time to defend himself on camera. He was like, so what? I live with my parents. So what? I'm not embarrassed by that. We're not making fun of you. We're just watching the show. Why are you defensive? Anyways, we noticed that he takes Hannah in, and Hannah knows Jesus everywhere.
Yeah, Jesus is everywhere.
And she goes, so your mom is super religious. And it was like, she's a praying, worshiping woman.
You know, this season, the women are not religious, and the men are somewhat religious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just a comment right there.
Interesting.
He takes her downstairs because that's where his house is. I'm just going to give him
where
credit
he
for that
lives.
one. Yeah. She's not impressed at all. Hannah has not been impressed since she saw him.
Yeah.
Okay? And he pointed at his bed and goes, this is where the magic happened. I'm sorry, that's not a comment you want to make, friend.
It's kind of sad, actually.
And after she goes, your parents are going to hear that. I'm bringing girls over. He goes, actually, I never brought any of my girlfriends here. I only brought kind of 3 people in here. And you're like the third person or whatever.
She also asks him, how long you been living in the basement? And he said, for 2 years. And after she's like, prior to that, where were you? Basically upstairs. It's not looking good.
They talk about how they want to move forward. And she goes, yeah, you're going to move into my apartment. And he goes, sure.
But there was a scene where he handed her his card for business. So if you want any, real estate information or something like that. And she's like, you're supposed to buy me a house. So that is foreshadowing that this guy might not be into this woman also. Okay, so let's talk about Marissa and Ramses. Listen, they're meeting her friends for the very first time.
Veronica and Gina.
Yeah.
Now, one of the chicks asked, how's everything going? And she was, everything's going great. We talked about family, we talked about friends, we talked about religion. We seem to be aligning with a lot of things. And he kind of was like, I could see in the head, he was like, well, Hannah, I said this. We had our first argument, and it was about her military service. And she was just like, yeah, he would never date me if I was still in the military.
It's the way you say it. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, the way she shout talks.
Yeah.
She shout talks and is reminding me of
It's
Dora the Explorer.
But anyways, Dora.
Yeah, let's get serious right now, okay? This is a big issue because even her friend was like,
you don't like the military?
No. Some people on social media are saying, well, you should have never got with the girl who's from the military.
That is correct.
Well, let me tell you something. That was part of her past, okay? And you saw a lot of great characters that she had. But what's still lingering is her whole moral justification for being in the army, and that's his problem right there. The whole morality attached to being part of the military. Because some people, and I think it happens a lot, some people think, I'm going to the military to defend my country. Sometimes, what is your country doing that you have to look into it, okay? He finally tells us he's from Venezuela. you guys, we all know
What happened in Venezuela?
America's heavy involvement in Venezuela over, I'd say 3 decades at this point, okay? I understand completely if every single Venezuelan have beef with the American military. It makes complete sense.
But do you think he's a hypocrite? Because he's benefiting being literally a prince slash dread guy slash
Living in
hipster,
America.
Living in America.
No, let me make some clear. For example, you know what happened in Iraq, right? How many Iraqis migrated to the U.S.? You're telling them they're benefiting them? They got their whole country rocked. It's their right to go to somewhere that rocked them. You know what I mean? So if he's coming to Venezuela, I'm sure his parents, because we all know sometimes how the military complex works. Sometimes when they rock your nation, I'm using these words very lightly because of how YouTube is.
Yeah.
And when they rock your nation, you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes they make agreements to have people migrate there. Okay? So I don't know if his family's part of it. Either way, I believe he truly likes Marissa. She's a great woman.
She is.
But I believe she doesn't have, somebody left a comment in our previous video that she's still trying to figure herself.
Yes.
And I completely understand that. She's still trying to figure herself. She's even looking back to see that, because she even said that when they asked me to press a button on a ship, she goes, sometimes it would conflict with my morality. You know, why am I doing that? You know what I mean? Or is it going to go hurt? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, listen, I get where she's coming from in some aspect because there is some honorable aspect, you know, fighting for your countries, fighting for your country, being the strong, independent person.
Dual citizen?
Yeah,
fighting for your country.
I know, fighting for your countries, right? No, yeah,
isn't that treason or something?
That is treason, okay? But yeah, like what I said before, fighting for your country, being the strong, independent person, and you know, doing all of that. I get it, but in the end of the day, if your country was fighting for truth, justice, and fighting for innocent people,
and stuff like that, innocent people,
then I definitely get
that's
it.
honorable. But if your country was fighting for the sake of expanding and globalization, economical growth, oil, gold, the whole thing, then yeah, you have to look back and figure out, why did you join the military then?
Because we can't deny there's so many veterans who come back damaged with trauma and
PTSD.
Exactly.
And a lot of them regret joining the military when they found
they
out.
lose limbs, you guys.
Yeah.
And the first thing that they say is, we regret it.
Especially after they found out the reason why they went there. Because some of them would go and be like, wait, hold on, this operation doesn't sound like we were trained to do. What is this about? So I don't know. I feel like for him and his people, they got the whole root of America's, I'd say at this point, involvement, you know, in his country. And he got with Marissa, which was a former military girl. Now she does say, I don't want to be reservist.
She was thinking to go back to the reserve. You know, there's that conversation. I thought she wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah.
And how about when they mentioned about children?
I liked what he said. You know what I mean? I'm going to install my values, my beliefs to my kids, but in the end of the day, they're free to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the smart thing.
Yeah.
Now, we have Tim and Alex, and I'm going to say this really nice and short, you guys. Tim did a fantastic job.
You did a great job. Now, I was a bit scared in the previous episode. I'm like, this guy is 24/7 competing and challenging with her. He doesn't want to listen. This time he listened. She said, I need you to, when we're done eating the meal, I need you to go ahead and take my dad. Or actually, you stay right there because my dad can't walk that much. And you take the rest of the
It was wonderful.
He was listening.
Especially what he made for the family was fantastic. Steak and chicken wings.
Yeah. It was very nice. Now, the thing is, I like her family a lot.
I do.
Right? I did really see the parents. They have MS. Okay. The dad, more severe version of it. The mom, less. First of all, her mom is a stunner.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I would love to see young photos of her. She's
yeah.
Like, how were you back in the days? You know what I'm saying?
Super nice, super kind, quiet. Her father and her mom haven't seen each other for a while.
Yeah, and I can see it too. Like, they're not really talking with each other. But yeah, Tim did a very good job.
With the whole letter thing.
Yeah, and then, because the whole family left, he read the letter, and then he got the approval from the dad. They mentioned that they have a lot of things in common. He born in England. Her family's from Scotland. Nice. I just thought everything looks nice. Now, are you betting on them now?
I want them. I don't know.
I still can't bet on them.
Yeah, still can't.
I don't know. Let's just see Tim's family.
So I just want to remind people that there is 18 days till the wedding, okay? So let's talk about Taylor and Garrett. Now, they're visiting her apartment, and she's been living there for, 6 months?
6 months, yeah.
Listen, I loved her apartment. Messy,
it's giving sorority, it's giving girl dinner, it's giving
red cups.
It's not giving John Hopkins.
It's giving, like, I go out to eat.
She really threw me off. I'm like, that's not your house, friend. That's not your house.
Listen, they talk about location. She does talk about how she wants to move to San Diego, right?
I'm cool with that.
And he said one thing that I finally, like, I'm like, okay, Garrett. Like, you could see that he kind of cares about this woman, okay? The whole time I didn't get it. I didn't get the relationship, but I kind of see it right now. He said, I feel like if I don't really lean in, that I could lose you. Oof. So I'm definitely in this.
But keep in mind, too, he did mention that I would love to stay around my family, or at least in proximity, going to San Diego. That's far away. And she said, in the pod, you did say you were cool to go to San Diego, so why are you backtracking? So she's putting her foot down. He's putting his foot down as well. So, two tough people.
So we move to Steven and Monica. Now they're having dinner, and Steven reveals to Monica that he lost his job.
But she said, don't worry about it. It's okay. Because that happens, okay? Sometimes your significant other can lose their job. And I think with his job, that happens often.
Because he's like an electrician. So he could definitely get another job.
Yeah.
Right?
And she said, don't worry about it. I could be a sugar mama. I could be a baby mama. I could be anything. And he's like, hey, don't make me stop you. If you tell me to strip or anything, I'm open my leg and go down. Hey.
Ew.
And
like, he definitely pivoted to again. I'm so confused.
He pivoted and he stayed there. Because, guys, the whole conversation went from, like, ew to, like, disgusting to gross. Right? And he talked about everything, about, like, position, all that stuff. And she made it clear, I guess, on camera that she put a park on having sex because I guess because she
doesn't know if this guy is going to say yes in the altar, right?
She's putting restrictions on it.
And you know what? We're gonna get to know each other a little bit more better.
Yeah.
And somehow he wants to talk about it again, 24/7.
He talked about the V card. He talked about a lot of stuff.
Ew.
The whole time I'm like, Love is Blind, are you allowing this conversation? And you could see she's so classy. She was just like,
Yeah, it got tiring.
She handles it very well. Like, I don't know, personally, I would have been like, and I would have got up and left. You
would call me.
I would have called, what did I get myself into?
Disgusting.
Even he tried to compare it by saying that contraction doesn't come close to a man's common cold. And I'm like, are you okay? She said to him, are you even well? So now we get to Hannah and Nick. Now, if you've been following our reviews, you'll know we've been building a profile for Hannah. Hannah's standing on this, I'm an independent woman. I got my own thing going on. A little bit of what do you know? A little bit of feminism, the whole thing. And I believe if you allow somebody to talk to you that way, that becomes their mode of conversation. And we see it very clearly. She talks about groceries, chores. I do groceries, once a week, $300. That's what it is. Do you know anything about stocks? And he goes, no, I don't do stocks. I don't need stocks, all that stuff. He goes, you don't know anything about stocks? It's not your thing? Like, I'm financially literate.
Yeah.
You're not.
Coming from a woman who doesn't have a job. That's
what I want to say. Didn't you tell us that you left Love is Blind?
You don't have a job. Yeah, you have debt. He doesn't have debt. She has school debt. And if he's being smart by staying with his mom and his dad, and they're paying his, in the end of the day, financially, he is the one who has the job. He doesn't have the debt. He's more financially stable than you, sweetheart.
I feel like she's saying, in the back of her mind, like, you kind of cheated your way to a better life. You know what I mean? I took independency with the burden on top of it. I knew to get a good education, I was going to take on debt. I knew by renting my own apartment, I was going to take on some financial challenges and burdening, but that's going to make me more independent as opposed to live with my parents. So I think for her, she's looking at him saying...
She resents him for that.
Maybe, and she's feeling like, you're not a man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm out here doing men things. I don't know. I just feel like...
And you could see, like, he's not even really trying, saying that, don't worry, I'll definitely man up and all that, you know what I mean? Because you're my woman and you're going to see me change.
Yeah, none of that.
No, because in the end of the day, I think he already made his mind that
she's not the one.
She's not the one. I don't want her.
And she too. And she's like saying to me,
it's not going to work out.
She's probably thinking, where's Leo? Yeah.
He was a millionaire.
Money. Yeah.
Now I know what an art dealer does. So we have Tyler and Ashley meeting her father for the first time. And listen, their interaction was super sweet, super nice. But it was crazy. It was so crazy for me to see that Tyler was saying to him that I'll definitely take care of your daughter. Knowing the fact that this guy
has a gossip hanging over his head.
Has a pass. You know what I mean?
Hanging over his head. Yeah, and I don't think Ashley knows at that time.
She doesn't know anything, you guys. The dad is betting on his daughter's judgment, basically. So he takes this guy fully.
Sir, you raised a very good woman.
There's one part that I liked her father said. My daughter is happy. She's enjoying this man. She's doing great. But if anything happens to her, listen, that's when I step up and that's when I become a father, and he's going to see that. Now, this is the moment that we all been waiting for. And let me set the scene, you guys. Okay, Monica is in her apartment crying her eyes off. Taylor is there consoling her.
And Steven is like ghosting around the apartment.
He's somewhere in the apartment. Apparently, Steven didn't sleep over the night. He was in a sleep test, you guys.
What is a
I
sleep
don't even know what a sleep test is, but I'm
sleep test?
furious at this point.
What happened? Continue.
So apparently, Steven has been cheating. Okay? He has been texting to a girl weird fetishes and disgusting behaviors.
That's
and
like
what
rated?
Rated R, sweetheart.
Rated R.
Rated R.
And she finds out. And when she finds out, Taylor was like, this should never happen to you. I feel super sorry for you on this. And then guess what happened? Taylor, you gotta go. It's about to go down.
It's definitely going down.
Go away, Taylor. And Steven comes in and sits down. Guys, Steven's demeanor looks like he's mad at us.
How are you mad at us,
Are you mad
Steven?
at us? What do we do? We're just watching the show.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, this is sad for Monica. We're Team Monica right now.
We're definitely Team Monica.
And without no doubt, Monica was like, what are you here for? Like, why did you try to get married? Like, who are you? Like, were you even at a sleep test last night? And he goes, yeah. Like, I was at a sleep test last night and I was like
drunk.
super drunk. And like, I texted a girl like inappropriate things. And she goes, even today you text gross stuff. And he goes,
And you were sober.
She goes, give me your phone. Give me your phone. Let me show you that. And he goes, oh, okay, well, I deleted everything. Duh.
If I don't grab a plastic
Wait.
wasted everybody's time, Steven.
Wow.
You wasted Monica's time, our time, and the whole world's time at this point.
Guys, I want to repeat it again. Steven's whole expression was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to get my stuff and I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
I know I screwed up. This is looking bad. I can't say nothing more than I've already said to you. I don't believe anything I say to you now is going to change anything.
Like he's scapegoat. Like he's trying to escape. That's what it is.
Yeah, so let me make my conclusion, okay? Mm-hmm. I 1000% believe he has a honey waiting for him outside.
Little thing.
Yeah, waiting for him outside. And that's the only thing he's thinking about since she paused on giving him.
Yeah.
He's been thinking about the little master down there. I'm not excusing his behavior. That's who he is. Okay?
He's a what?
He's a
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes I forget like what YouTube can censor, what it doesn't censor. So you have me sometimes going. But at the end of the day, I believe 100% he's done with Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like
He knew what he was doing.
even when she was telling him flowers, he was kind of like, huh? Yeah? What? Like this guy just doesn't want to invest in her. And one thing I like what she did is she said, give me back my money.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Vend me back my money right now. You know what it is. And he immediately, I would have been like, girl, I don't think he vended. That was way too quick.
Regardless, that was a boss move, Monica, and I definitely applaud you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her though, because he took a spot from a decent man.
Yeah.
Right, coming in the show.
Yeah.
Right, he wasted everybody's time, and also for Monica, she wants to get married. But listen, I'm gonna say this, you guys, and I have been saying this in the beginning in our series. Okay, when a man says that he has cheated in the past, don't even look at him. Don't even look at him.
You don't think people can rehabilitate
Remember we had
themselves?
this discussion? Someone,
Yeah,
you're lenient about it. I'm like, never be lenient when a guy said I cheated in the past, and the way he cheated was the same thing. Yeah. So I was correct, you guys. I was
No, but
correct.
you never Love Is Blind UK?
I don't care.
Never Love Is Blind UK? The guy everybody likes? That he said he cheated, unfortunately, but he said I haven't cheated in 7 years, and I'm like a better man.
No, but Steven, he cheated recently. That's what it is.
So
Like,
we're looking
3
at
years
time.
ago.
We're looking at time.
Sure,
okay,
fine.
it's more
time.
than just that.
Listen. If you're in your early 20s and you cheated and everything, okay. But if you're a grown man in his 30s and you're still cheating, you're a broken man.
Okay.
Or if you're a woman, you're a broken woman. You're not supposed to be trusted. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, listen. Let's just cool it down. We're gonna cool it down for a bit, guys. Okay. We're gonna see on episode 9. Let's leave it like that right now.
At this point, please like and subscribe to our video, and bye now.